All right, Loaf, we're gonna do a little bit different today. I'm getting ready to go set up another watershed lake. And I've trapped this watershed lake in the past, but I've never gotten out in a boat. Actually found where they're living at. I'm catching them on the other side of the lake where they're coming under a culvert, stopping it up. So today I got a little bit of time. Threw the kayak on here. We're gonna take the kayak. We're gonna see if we can't find where they're living at. Now, taking this kayak, I want to go as light as possible, get back in there and trap them beavers. So in that case, when you talk about going light, that basically means cable, snares. That's about as light as you can get. You can take a whole lot of sets with you, with a lot less weight as far as when you get talking about steel traps. So what I've got laid out here, I'm gonna take with me. I strapped this little, I think it's like a little 8-gallon blue tote that I picked up, and it fits on the back of this kayak real well. And I can shove almost everything in, have it all in this one tote. So let me go through what I got, guys. So basically I got snares here. I already had them rigged up with long extension pogo anchors, ground anchors. I'm not going to carry my pogo driver with me, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave those on there, but I can come in here, throw a snap ring on it, wrap it around a tree and then to itself, and that's going to secure it to a tree. That's what I'm hoping to do with most of them. If I have to, I've got some extensions here, just a dozen extensions. I can add an extension to this with a split ring and then go anchor to a tree. We've got us some 11 gauge wire here. I can use this wire to anchor to a tree or twist around and connect two of these if I run out of split rings. I'm going to use it here in a little bit on my drowning system, and I can tie that sandbag to the end of this cable drowners, and if the situation arises where that's going to work better, we can do that. Got me a shovel here, the way I can fill up my sandbags with rocks or gravel or whatever I've got, and then I can just tie the top of this sandbag, use that wire to attach it to the end of this drowning rod into deeper water, and have my snare attached up here with a split ring, and get caught in the snare and still go down the drowner just like we would with the foot hose. Guys, you want to make sure you got a good set of linesman pliers or trapping pliers. If you need to cut that wire or bend it, shape it. We're going to use this wire as our supports for our snares. We'll bend it, cut it, and hopefully I'll show you guys all this, how I snare. Normally I wouldn't take these stakes, guys, but I can also use this type of stake to support that snare to, and a little bit with just a little bit of that wire. And I brought these bigger stakes just in case I can't reach a tree or something. I really don't know what to expect. There should be trees, but I want to have me a couple of longer rebar stakes just in case I don't. I think I could get by without carrying the weight of these stakes with just this here, but I want to take these just in case. And then once I get out there and lay eyes on it, I'll have a better idea of what I need to take back tomorrow. So basically today we're basically scouting today, trying to find where they're at, what we're going to need, and then tomorrow we may take some steel traps back with us tomorrow. But going light today, we'll be able to set a lot of sets with these snares and not have much weight. So guys, I'm just going to shove all this here in my blue barrel and put the lid on it. What's nice about this thing, if you're in current or fast water, this is a good storage system. If it does come disconnected from the kayak, it's got air in it, it's going to float, and you'll be able to recover it. Everything inside is going to stay dry because it is waterproof. All right, guys, I made it out here. It's 60 something degrees today, so I'll probably be coming out of this jacket pretty soon, but wind's blowing a little bit, and I'll leave it on for a minute till we get out here on the water and see what we're going to do. But basically this levee right here, this road, got a couple of culverts on it. You guys have seen me trap those in the past, but I'm going to hop in this kayak. I believe they're going to be living on around this big corner here, back around in this point of the lake. We're going to get over there, take a look at it, and see if we can pinpoint where they're at, maybe how many's actually in here. So all right, guys, so as I'm getting around there, I'm just looking for any kind of sign. They may be working up on the bank. I'm just going to make my rounds all the way around this lake and look for signs, see what we can see. If we can find any locations to set besides right there on that levee. we'll definitely be coming back, putting a couple of traps in those culverts, or a couple of snares. But keep you guys updated as we go along. Alright guys, I believe we may have found the intake ditch coming into this lake. So right over here, I just went by a little feed bed area. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. You can see where they chewed on some sticks and everything was laying right there on a little dry spot. Right over here, just the other side of this timber is where we're just at, and saw those chew sticks. So hopefully, let's make, well, look right there in front of us, guys. Right there's just a hut. It's not just a huge one, but there's a hut. Looks like we might have a dam right up here in front of us. So let's ease up here and see what we got. You can tell they piled them sticks up, building that up. It's not that deep right here. Maybe 4 foot. Let's ease over here to this hut and see if we can tell where the coming in and out of it. Guys, you can set snares underwater in these entrances. It's not the easiest thing to do. I would rather just get an H stand and a 330. All I'm going to do here, guys, is just feel around with my paddle. See how many, if I can identify some runs. And actually, this looks like an old hut. It doesn't look like they're using it to me. Most of the time, if they're using it, there'll be fresh mud pulled up. They'll work on it all winter and pull mud and put up on the sides of it. So far I haven't felt a run. The mud's all soft all around. It's not hard. See if we can ease right up here and check on the other side of it. I'm gonna go ahead and hop out, guys. We're just in a few inches of water right here, and walk around this thing. But yeah, I'm almost thinking this one's not in use. Which I've kept them pretty much thinned down just on that crossing that I've been setting for years. Just never taken the time to paddle around out here in the lake. Yeah, I'm not identifying any hard bottom runs. I'm really not even telling that there's a depth change in it, so I think all of them's probably filled back in. All right, guys, I'm gonna keep moving. I really don't think they're using this one right now. We're just gonna paddle on up, see if that was a dam we spotted up there a little ways or not, and keep on looking. All right, guys, this tree is what I was seeing. It looked like a dam from a distance. It's a tree that's still over here and some tops. We're gonna push through here and go on up here. There's a little mound right there, a little hut. I wonder if that won't be muskrat. It's something I don't see a lot around here, is muskrat huts. That thing's not very big at all. He's up here too, and we'll take a look at it. Most of the muskrats I find are living in drainage ditches and they're bank dens, but that's bigger sticks. I would think that'd be a beaver's doing. Some old chew sticks and stuff up here. A little different, something I don't really see all the time, just a smaller mound. You guys let me know in the comments if you think that's a muskrat den or not. I don't believe it is now that I got up and looked at it, but very possibly could be, because I'm not familiar with them. We don't have a lot down here. I'm just gonna keep going, guys. There's got to be, I know there's a few beaver in here. I'm just gonna keep going and see if we can locate them. As we come back up in a little slough, the main ditch was flooded, and or I'm sorry, the main ditch had a tree across it and couldn't get to it through it. So we come around this little slough that cut off, hoping it'd get back into it, and may have to do a little portage around it. Guess what we'll do? We'll take out right here and pull up over this hill and get back in that main run, that main ditch, and keep going back down it for a little ways. Alright guys, so I'm coming up this intake ditch for a pretty good ways, and I'm not seeing any fresh sign whatsoever. There's a lot of these old crawl outs, old chews they've been on it, so I'm beginning to think they're not up in here. Right up here we got this culvert coming across the ditch, and if there's not any dam activity at the end in either one of these culverts, then that's going to tell me that there's not a lot of beaver in here, because they would be, that'd definitely be one spot, neck down, easy for them to put a dam and hold that water. So I think we're just dealing again with maybe one or two beaver that's in here. Hopefully we can find a spot where there's a lot of activity that's fairly easy to get to. Probably not going to bring the kayak, probably not going to hang any snares way back in here, just because it's a pretty good paddle every day getting in here. But who knows, we may see a spot. We're not even a quarter way around the lake, so we may see a spot that we want to hang some stuff and make it worth getting back in here. But so far it looks like we got some limbs and stuff washed up there, but no dam or anything going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn around, head back out, guys, and I'm sure if I follow this ditch far enough, we'll run into another colony. But I know easier road access to access this ditch on down here. So I'm gonna back out of here, head back out to the main lake, and keep going around the edge of it. And hopefully we'll find something on around there. Alright guys, another little ditch looks like it goes back in here. This log's got it blocked. I'm going to try to push this log out of the way where I can get by. Go up in here and look around. So far I've not found anything showing that there's any beaver living in here. And that's a good lesson too for you guys that are just starting off trapping properties, that you're not are trapping properties for other people. People calling you, telling you they've got a problem. Be sure to scout before you go over there and scout it, before you put a huge effort into loading traps up and all that mess, or driving a long distance to it. because more times than not, unless that's another trapper or someone that knows the animal they're wanting you to come after, a lot of times they'll really they'll really overstate the problem that there is. So again, this is one that I keep year after year. I'll keep picking beaver up on. I know there's a couple of other trappers in the area that's trapped it in the past, so I don't know if maybe they've got over here and picked them up, or if I've done a good job of keeping them cleaned out of here or what. But we're not seeing a lot of beaver activity in here. So I loaded up all those snares this morning. I'm not gonna be hanging any back here on the back side of this lake to have to paddle to them every day to check them. We'll make some sets right up there where the truck is with some scent, try to draw the beaver to where our traps are, and it may take us a while for him to get over there and get caught, but we'll eventually pick him up if we keep checking them. I'm just going to paddle down through here, guys, a ways. That last ditch I went down was on the other side of this thicket. Pretty sure this is going to just dry up too, but we're just out enjoying the sunshine afternoon, looking at nature. Seen a lot of turtles up on enjoying the sunshine as well. Warmest day we've had in a while. So, but I'm not going to spend all day out here. I've got some honeybees to look at. I hadn't been in them all winter. This 60-degree afternoon, I'm going to pop all the honeybee colonies open, make sure that none of them need feed, and I'm sure that a couple of them may, and I may even have some dead outs I'm afraid of that either starved or didn't make it through the cold. But I may do another video just checking in on them if you guys are interested in the honeybees. I've done a few videos in the past capturing swarms and going through my boxes there at the house. You guys go check that out if that's something you're interested in. And I think I will. I think I'll do a video on those. But anyway, I'm just going to ease back in here, guys, and check this out, and then keep on around the lake. We're probably about halfway around it now. The other side is going to be the levee. I'll check the drain where everything drains out of here, make sure it's not clogged up, and we'll get back to the truck, make a couple of sets maybe. Or I may actually, if it's going to be inside those culverts, we'll see if we can hang a couple of snares in there. There's not going to be any trees around to anchor to, but we'll see if we can make something work, and I'll show you guys how I set that up. So we'll check back in with you here in a little while. All right, guys, been all down this side, haven't seen anything. So we're gonna hit this levee and go back up it and around to the truck, and I think I can spot the crossover where the drain's at. You can tell there's a beat down crossover where they're going across into the drainage ditch and over into the lake. I'll get over there closer to it where we can see it. I'll kick it back on and show you guys. That's a perfect spot to set. Only problem is it's right in the middle of that levee, and only access I've got is through the backyard of one of those nice houses. So I'd have to, if I set it, I'd have to paddle across here in the kayak, and we'll look at it and see. It may be worth it when we get over there. We'll see. I can trap this better access of the drainage ditch a couple of miles down the road, so that would be easier for me to go down it, access it, set some traps, and catch them as they pass through that area. But anyway, we're just going to keep on paddling along. All right, guys, there's a drain system they got on this lake, and the sun's going to be right in our way to see that crossover over on the levee. But you can tell that crossover used year after year. All of this debris that we're seeing on here is just going to be debris that's washed over here as the flooding happened, just pulling those sticks and stuff to it. I know that because there's no mud, there's nothing packed around it, so the beavers have not been here adding to it, trying to close it completely off. If I just pulled that stuff off there and threw it out in the water, it would just float right back up. So I'm just gonna, I don't have room in this kayak to put a bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna leave it. The watershed district will get out here in a boat and they'll clean it off. Anyway, that's gonna be it, guys. There's not gonna be, again, I've said it, there's not gonna be a lot. There's not gonna be just a beaver passing through or something. I'll be seeing it or what, but they're not gonna have a problem right now with the beaver. You see that cross over there, hopefully, guys. Just a good indention down. It just drops, goes straight across and drops right down into that where this water comes out on the other side of the levee, and then that ditch just continues on. But definitely a wore out trail. There's no fresh mud or nothing in it that really makes me think they're freshly been used, but that gets used year after year after year ever since this watershed was built. So all the otters and stuff will definitely be traveling that to move. We're gonna go ahead and cut this corner, guys. You can see the truck back over there, that new construction house. We're gonna go ahead and head to the truck, give a good look in those culverts and decide if I want to set some snares in them or if I want to bring some 330s or footholds back. We're gonna give a good look at them and decide how we want to set that up. All right, guys, we made it over here to this culvert. I'm just gonna peek over the edge, look through it, and see if they've got any kind of dam or anything going on. I don't see nothing right here on this outside edge. Yeah, nothing all the way through it, guys. So this is going to be a bachelor beaver, or a 2-year-old that's got kicked out, and he's just passing through. Talked to the property owner. He said what he noticed, which right out here, guys, just a few chews where they chewed on this buckbrush out here. So there used to be a huge hut before they built this road. There used to be a huge hut right up here. Trapped it out, but they tore that out of there. I think there's just a few little chewings right over here on this edge that he noticed and called me. But what we'll probably end up doing is bringing some caster mound sets. I doubt we even set these culverts where there's not being we may put a couple of snares on it, just block it down with snares or something, but I'm not going to do it today. We'll get over here tomorrow. Put some 330, probably do drowning rods and some caster lure, try to get their attention. But a lot of times those bachelors are kind of timid, getting kicked out. They're going to new areas. They're fighting a lot right now. So a lot of times those young males moving around are kind of timid of caster smell, I believe. So better to blind set them this time of year. But anyway, we'll get something figured out. Get over here and try to pick the beaver up out of here and make him happy, and then keep an eye on it. But we'll catch you guys next video. Check out that bee video if you're interested. I'll do some recording while I get in there, check on those bees in a little bit.